What's up? It's your girl, Kabachi, aka Chelsea. Summer is crazy, ridiculous hot right now here in Korea. Like, if you've been to Korea, visited, or lived here, and you know what these hot, humid, oh god, months are like, then you know what I'm talking about. Like, I can't even keep my hair proper right now, guys. I'm sorry if I look a hot mess on camera. I don't care because I'm gonna power through this video real quick. But yeah, sorry for all the glistening and the delicious boob sweat, but it's hot as a mother right now. And I'm sitting directly adjacent from my AC unit, so I'm trying to cool off as quickly as possible and not look so disgustingly sweaty on camera. But yeah, I'm happy to see you guys again, and today I'm bringing you a video that are my top 5 things that I found shocking when I came to Korea, okay? So when I first moved here to Korea, some things I had heard about a little bit prior to moving here because I watched so many YouTube videos, I talked to friends who are already teaching here, just, researching the culture, etc., etc. So some things I was already a little bit privy to, but other aspects that I found to be quite surprising, I learned on my own, of course, while living here. So first one I'm going to discuss is spitting. Okay. I'm talking about a good like loogie, right? Koreans love to hack up their lungs, not cover their mouths, and then spit on the ground. And yeah, it's disgusting. I'm not gonna say just Koreans do it because I know people, everywhere spit on the ground or whatever, I'm sure. But it tends to be more of a common thing here and widely accepted. It's like, hey, you got something stuck in your throat, hack it up and just spit it out on the ground. And to me, I guess in our culture in America, it would be seemed really rude. Let's just face it, it's really rude to do that, especially when somebody's walking either right behind you and can see you do it and could possibly step in that crap. Like, I have this little narrow sidewalk leading down the road but on some mornings when I'm walking to work, there's like older gentlemen in front of me and they'll just be casually talking, having a conversation, and then all of a sudden you'll hear this and then they'll just like throw a good loogie out right on the ground, and I'm walking like behind them. So of course I'm just like tiptoeing, dodging all of these like little spit marks. And not even that, like, you can just be walking around the city exploring and you'll obviously see a lot of like spit patches on the ground if you pay attention to them. Like, it's gross and they're everywhere. So watch your step when you're walking, and then also you might fall victim to it yourself if you're a person that's like, what's the Shrek quote, better out than in, then hey, that might be one plus for you while living here because you can just spit and then go on about your life too. So, motorcycles. Now, I don't own a motorcycle. I do have my motorcycle license, but I don't own one and I don't drive. I haven't driven a motorcycle in quite some time. But here in Korea, as opposed to Western culture, or maybe like America, where I'm from, you're not allowed to drive your motorcycle on the highway. Yeah, right? Isn't that kind of crazy? It's like, wow, the need for speed. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I want to go and get on the highway and zip, 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 zip everywhere. Nope. That is a no-go here in Korea. They do not allow you to ride motorcycles like Harley Davidson. Yeah, I have noticed that a lot of the men, especially American men that are stationed here, like the military members, they get kind of depressed with that because if they imported their motorcycle over here thinking they can be cool and bad on the roads and impress some Asian chicks, they can't really effectively use their motorcycle because getting to work, you pretty much take the highway and you can't get on the highway with your motorcycle unless you get a ticket. So that really sucks. And you can only ride your motorcycle on the regular roadways, and that in and of itself is dangerous because if you see how they drive their freaking delivery cart scooters and their little mopeds everywhere, I definitely understand why the government, has banned them driving motorcycles on the highway. It's gonna be an 18-car collision the way these some of these Koreans drive their mopeds and anything that only has 2 wheels on it, basically. So yeah, that was something that I thought was kind of surprising, and a friend of mine said when he was entertaining some Koreans over in the States, in America, and it was their first time visiting America, he was driving them, like carpooling them on the highway, and they were pointing to every motorcycle they saw drive past. They're like, that, like, that's allowed? Like, oh, you know, that guy's on a motorcycle, but he's on the highway. And my buddy was like, yeah, here in America, it's totally fine, like totally normal. You'll see that like all the time here. And number 3, no flushing tissue down the toilets. Well, I shall say now the public toilets, because if you stop off in a rest area, or if you are visiting, you know, different sites like museums and stuff around town, around Seoul, and you pop into a public restroom, not only will you find squat toilets, which is a bonus shocking thing. Squat toilets are like very, very Asian, Eastern styled toilets where it's just, you know, the little porcelain pot in the built into the floor. There is no you know, porcelain bowl that you sit on like an actual toilet. You squat and hover over this, like it's like a reverse urinal. It's like a urinal but built into the floor. And then you do your business and then you flush. Those are bizarre. They'll have a sign on each stall that lets you know which ones are squat toilets and which ones are regular toilets, but trust me, ladies, especially you ladies, like us ladies, come on. Don't avoid the squat toilets unless you feel real gnarly, like you're really like, I'm gonna get the full-on Eastern, you know, Asian cultural experience. Go for it. Me personally, no. But back to my original point, yes, throwing tissue away down the toilets used to cause like a lot of clogging and plumbage problems here for them in Korea, because Korea's plumbing system is really weak, or it used to be really weak. I think they're improving it now, because since I've been here, I've taken some chances with flushing tissue down the toilet, and it hasn't been that bad. I've never had a blowback experience that I've heard could happen in the stall next to you, where if somebody's flushing a lot of tissue down the toilet in the stall over from you, then it could be a blowback issue in yours. So if you're sitting on the toilet and you get an explosion of shit all up in your face or on you, like, no. So yeah, even in your apartments where you live, I think the plumbing's, especially if you're living in more of like anything built after 2006 or 2008 or whatever, like you'll be fine. Flushing tissue down your toilet. And I think for the most part, it's become a cultural thing here that even when it's okay to flush it down the toilet, like they're still so used to just throwing their waste tissue into like this bin that's always in the corner of the stall in the bathroom with you. So you'll see that filled up with like tissues, and you'll be like, man, what's that lingering odor I smell? Like, it smells like doo-doo. And then you look over and you see some crusty tissues there, like, I'd rather flush. Keeps the smell to a minimum, makes it more hygienic in my opinion. All right, number 4. Korea has something that was such a godsend when I moved here during winter time, because I moved here in January. In the Korean apartments, they all come with an ondol system, which is floor heating. And it's like the water unit heats up everything in the floor. It's basically your heating, but it's generated through the floor. So you have nice, warm, toasty, cozy, hot heated floors during the winter season in the cooler months, which, as you may or may not know, Korean winters are quite long and very, very cold. So that was just a blessing, because when I got here, I was freezing and I didn't know how to operate my little ondol system thing yet. So my boss had to come over to my apartment and show me. And once I got that figured out, I was good to go, because you know, your girl get cold easily. So I had that bad boy on blast all the time, and it felt great. And even when you just like tired and you just come home and you collapse onto the floor, like, you collapse onto the floor and it's nice and cozy, like, ooh, I can sleep here. Pull your blanket down, pull your pillow down, sleep on the floor. And actually, really, in origin, that's what the Koreans used to do, or a lot of the elder generation of Koreans still sleep on the floor, because they have like specific floor style beddings and mats and stuff, because a lot of Korean families still do floor sleeping. So, you know, it's really cool. I actually really like that. I wish I was rich enough to have all floor heating back in my house in America. That would be wonderful. Like the rich, you know, step out of my bathroom and my floors are nice and heated, so I'll never have cold floors again. And yeah. 5th and last surprising thing about Korea is payday. Now, I know usually you get excited when you hear the word payday. Hey, payday, payday, I got my money. Well, I'm talking about the aspect of payday where it only comes once a month, my friends. Here in Korea, they don't pay you twice a month, like every 2 weeks, as we are used to in America. Here, you get paid only once a month. Now, granted, it's, I guess, of course, it would be considered like a larger, because it's just the lump sum of everything you would have gotten paid if it was broken up into 2 weeks each for the whole month. But still, if you're bad with money, and you don't know how to budget, you can like get your paycheck and go through that bad boy within the first week and a half or 2 weeks, you know, spending it, blowing it up in Gangnam style, you know, partying in Itaewon with all the foreigners, clubbing it up in Hongdae with all the cool hipsters and, you know, millennials and stuff. And then you find yourself SOL come second week or come third week, and you broke again, and you gotta live off ramen from the 7-Eleven down the street and these little wiener hot dog on a stick things that the ajimas and the ajishis sell in their little back truck carts parked in your neighborhood for 1,000 won, which is like $1. Yeah, you don't want to get to that point, friends. So make sure you budget and you know, allocate your funds well when you do get paid, because you are only getting paid once a month, okay? So yeah, guys, those are my top 5 shocking things that I have learned and discovered about Korea since living here. And I know I will probably experience and discover more during my duration of living here. So of course, in the future, you can expect to have an updated video or part 2. I would love to film another one of those for you guys. And I hope for those of you who are looking to move here soon, keep these things in mind. And I'd love to hear comments from you all, especially those who are also already living here, about if you have recognized some of these that I've mentioned already, or once you do come here, keep an eye out for them and let me know what you think. Comment in the section down below, leave a like and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it because I love you guys so much. I love you guys. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you soon. Annyeong!